Back to Good Day Chicago. The Steppenwolf Theatre will be staging the world premiere of the new show, King James. We're thrilled to have the playwright and ensemble member, Rajiv Joseph, and the artistic director, Glenn Davis. Good morning to you both. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Morning.
Rajiv, I want to start with you. So I spent 17 years of my career in Ohio. I know all too well about what LeBron means to the state of Ohio. He's got a lot of haters out there, but he's really done some wonderful things for the Buckeye State. Where did the impetus for the play come from? And are you yourself, in fact, full confession, a LeBron James fan?
I am from Cleveland, born and raised, and although I've lived much of my adult life in New York City, I've been a Cleveland fan, basketball, football, and baseball my whole life. And a few years ago, I was just thinking about the phenomenon of LeBron James, his longevity, his greatness, the complicated feelings that a lot of people have for him, both in Ohio and outside of Ohio. Of course, a lot of people were angry when he left, and everyone was happy when he came back. Amazed that this guy had been in my life as a fan for so long. And that was sort of the impetus for this play. I wanted to sort of talk about that. I wanted to talk about what sports means to me, and I think to a lot of people, as more than just, diverting entertainment, but actually as something that is a part of our lives for a long time.
And Glenn, to Rajiv's point, when LeBron went to L.A., he had a lot of pushback. Kobe Nation didn't even want him in Los Angeles. So there are a lot of people. He can be divisive. But again, this is about, I believe, if I'm reading this right, what he did for Ohio, for Cleveland. And it's also about a bond, is it not? A friendship?
Yeah. Rajiv wrote this beautiful play about these two guys who come together and become unlikely friends around their collective admiration for Cleveland sports, and specifically LeBron James when he is drafted by his hometown to play small forward for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So he was when Rajiv first talked to me about this play, we've worked together, 10 years ago on a play he wrote called Bengal Tiger at the Baghdad Zoo, and we both are huge basketball fans. I'm from Chicago, grew up admiring the Bulls championship years, Michael Jordan. So we would have these conversations about, who's greater, LeBron James or Michael Jordan. And that's sort of just naturally evolved into what a play looks like around two guys' collective admiration for LeBron James, and sort of how these characters can talk about sports with such fervor, and in many ways can't talk about other things that are more sensitive topics in their lives, simply because they just don't have the language for it. So it's a great entry point into the psychology of the sports fan.
Real quick, Glenn, I haven't set foot inside Steppenwolf since pre-pandemic. What do you want people to know about returning to the theater? What's it going to feel like?
Well, it's been a long road. We've been away for, we've been in the pandemic for going on 2 years now. So we did open back up, and we had a play going called Bug, which was our return to stage last fall going into the winter, and it did great. And then we had Omicron hit us, and so we've had to take another pause. So I think that people are really excited to come back around a play like this. I think is really exciting. Chicago is a huge sports town, so I think this is something that people are really interested in. But I think when you come back, you will find that people are invigorated. People want to lean in. People want to be a part of a conversation in a way that they haven't been for the last 2 years. Going to a play is very different than going to other experiences like a movie. Right. We come out and we want to have conversation about what we just saw. So I think that there's a lot of excitement around what is to come in terms of theater.
Well, I wish we had more time because I could talk about LeBron all morning long. But best of luck, Rajiv Joseph and Glenn Davis. Looking forward to reading the reviews. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, still ahead.